Welcome to the Business Advice Podcast, where we discuss marketing, money, and other matters with businessmen around Australia.
Hello, Gagan? Is it, or how do you pronounce your name?
Yeah, that's right, Gagan.
Gagan Ghotra. That's an excellent name. That's a great name in marketing. It's a very memorable name. How are you, Gagan?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you, Adam? Nice to meet you. Nice to have a chat with you on your podcast. So let's get into it.
Likewise. I've seen your work, and I think we spoke briefly a few months ago, and I saw some of the stuff you'd done, and I was been really interested in talking with you more about all this. So I'm glad we could finally have this discussion.
Yep, sure. Let's get into it.
Tell us your. So what do you do?
So I've been doing SEO since 2020. That's when I started because at that time I was studying at Swinburne Uni doing computer science. So I ended up discovering SEO. Like I was not aware of there is a thing that's called search engine optimization. I was just studying at uni, and somehow I think by my web development class. So I ended up discovering SEO. Then I find it quite interesting, and from there I started with SEO. Just getting like a couple of clients by referral first, because I ended up getting one client via just a friend of friend, and from there I ended up getting like a couple of referral clients. But that was not like a full-time thing for me because I was just studying at the university. And when I finished at university in November 2022 last year, then I was like, okay, university is done now. My bachelor's is done. So let's get into something like full-time, more of a full-time SEO role. And then I joined Reform Digital. They are based in Charleston. They are also like a new agency. So over there, I worked for like 8 months, and then I left from there. Then I did more of my consulting for last couple of months. And right now, I also started a new role just this week. So I have not updated my LinkedIn yet. So right now, it's a SEO manager at Sugar. So Sugar is also based in Melbourne. They are based in South Bank, if you know. And this was my first week over there. So let's see how it goes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what is your role there? Pure SEO?
Yeah, SEO. Yeah, SEO. Same.
Because you have a degree, so your degree is in computer science, like as a broader. Okay. And what's the scope of that? So what drew you to that? And then was it so? And it was just happenstance that you came across SEO while doing computer science.
Yep, sure. And then I sort of over time I found that it's SEO can be a good career for me. Because right now, if you look in the industry, there is a lack of, especially people who have computer science background, who have tech side of the things, and then the marketing side of things. Most of people who are now doing SEO, they are just on marketing side of the things.
Yep,
and I feel like
you're talking about me.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is like a lot of technical things that you need to fix on a website. Maybe you should know a little bit of coding, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And I feel like that combination from computer science and marketing skills, I can put it together and sort of become like a better specialist, if I can say that.
Yes. Yep.
So,
absolutely. Yeah. And so this is like what we would call in under the umbrella of core web vitals. Would you say, or is more than that, or like on?
So my role would be fixing indexing issues, like crawling issues. Like Google cannot crawl your pages, but you can view them in your browsers. Pages are not getting indexed. What could be the reason behind that? We can see them in the browser, but they are not showing up on Google. How to fix that?
Yeah, we just had that this week. Had that this week. Yep.
Pop-up. Yeah. we added a pop-up, and that pop-up is blocking the whole page. Like Google is crawling your page, and Google can only see the content in the pop-up. Everything else is hidden behind. So how to solve that kind of issue?
Yes.
And next would be JavaScript issues. We have an e-commerce store. There are a lot of things going on the page, like a buy button, this button, that button. Videos are popping up, or everything is going all around the page. How to ensure that Google is able to see the content and everything, and then index the page. So it's mostly around starting with the crawling and indexing, and then on the other side, it will be around core web vitals issues, adjusting the UX. So sometimes it's like, have you seen those kind of the category pages where you just scroll down on the page, and then at the bottom there is 1, 2, 3, 4 to pop up to go to the next pages?
Yep.
I have seen a lot of sites mess up that. And due to that, Google is just able to see their products on the first page, but not on the second page. Because how they have structured their pages is not feasible by Google bot to click on them and go to next page and see the other products. And then they are like, oh, our 10 products are showing up in the Google, but where are our other 40 products? It's on the site. Google it's not showing up on the Google. So solving those kind of issues, and then on the other side, doing technical work on core web vitals. That's sure, like you already mentioned. So
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. That's
Uh,
really interesting, because I'm totally the opposite. I'm all which words to use, how to make it look nice on the site, and then choosing keywords. So I'm good with that side of things, but your side of things, this is not my specialty. Like very basic stuff. Like even this week, I had that exact issue that you mentioned with a crawling issue. I had a video. I got the client to put their Facebook videos on YouTube. I integrated YouTube with Google Analytics, and just so it was all integrated right. But when I put the YouTube video in the website, Google we can't see it. We can't, it's not there. So it's a skill, isn't it? Like each of these factors are critically important for if you want to be noticed on Google.
Yeah, sure. Because it can be a situation like client is like, oh, we want to do video, and I'm like, yes, sure, we can do video and we can embed on the pages. And then a month later, those videos are not on Google, and they are like, we have put so much resources on creating the video, editing them, and everything, and then putting on the website, and now it's not on Google. What's going on? So,
yeah, and and it's not one simple solution necessarily. It can be, which you would know, like the fixes aren't simple necessarily. Sometimes they are, but this is what you do Monday to Friday, or every day is SEO in this mainly in these specific categories of on-page technical, or would you call it technical SEO? What's the
technical SEO? Yeah.
Brilliant. And so, what's your origin story? So, are you Punjabi?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So
I was born back in India, in Haryana. So it's not Punjab, but it's Haryana. But my family background is Punjabi. Yeah.
So Haryana is south of Punjab?
No, it's it's the south of Punjab. Yeah. So here is Punjab, and the next state is Haryana, just like Victoria and New South Wales.
Sure.
Almost like that. And I was born there. My family background is from Pakistan, what's now called Pakistan. But back in 1947, when the division happened, my grandparents moved from that region to the Indian side of things. So
I
was born in Haryana. Yep. And then I was raised over there. And when I finished my year 12, like equivalent of year 12 in Australia, then I was looking to apply abroad, and Swinburne University here in Melbourne, they gave me like really good amount of scholarship to come over here and study computer science, because I did really well in year 12. So that's how I ended up here in Melbourne.
Wow, good on you. That's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so does your family speak Urdu?
No, they used to speak Urdu. The last generation used to speak Urdu, but this generation is Punjabi and Hindi.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so, but obviously you had to learn English. I mean, you would have learned some English growing up, but then you've come to Melbourne. So what, 17-ish?
No, 18, 18.
18 thereabouts. Yep. Okay. And to study computer science, and that was your journey.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I reckon with the English, it was advantage for me because my parents put me into the English school over there. Because in Haryana, we have like Hindi schools where they teach everything in Hindi, and we have English schools. So from year 1 to year 12, I went to English school. So it was advantage for me that because I learned everything in English, so it was easier to pick up the English words and everything. But when I came over here, it was like really big surprise to hear Aussie accent.
Well, we don't speak English here, mate. We speak
It's not English. Yeah,
it's
something. It's something different. Like it's not English. It's English, but it's something different. So
yeah. It used to be English, but until we bastardized it, that's great. And so it's not only the English language. There's a rumor that you play English cricket as well. Yeah. Excellent.
cricket is also good, but recently we lost to Australia, so the World Cup. That was a big loss for us.
Sorry about that.
This time it was like really funny because 5 matches before the World Cup, Australia won their 5 matches, and before the World Cup, India won their 5 matches. So it was like, both teams are on like full spin because they have won like 5 matches behind. And now there is the final match between India and Australia. And it was like both teams were like really, really confident because they have been winning all the time. And then we just lost.
Australia's too good. That's great. And you play yourself. Like what position do you play?
Right nowadays, it's not that much that I play, but I like betting. So
excellent.
Nowadays, it's like really hard to even find a weekend to play because even today I'm looking outside the window and it's rainy.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was raining. The day before it was raining. So I don't know what's happening with Melbourne weather nowadays. Like on weekdays, it's sunny, and there comes the weekend and it's raining. So
yeah. That's Melbourne.
Yeah.
Have you traveled around Australia? Have you been to Brisbane?
Yeah. I have been to Sydney, but that was for just like 2-3 days, not that much.
Yeah, Melbourne is probably our worst city for weather. It's 4 seasons in one day. So I'm from the Sunshine State, where it's a bit hotter and sunnier up here. But yeah, we live up to our reputation generally.
Yep.
That's cool. What do you reckon with SEO? What have you seen change? How long have you been doing SEO, and what changes have you seen since you've been in the game?
Yeah, I've been doing SEO since for like last 3 years. So when I started, it used to be like really easy to rank for the keywords. But over the time, as I've seen that Google have like improved their algorithms, and now there is more focus on quality rather than keywords. So earlier it used to be just like you are a Melbourne-based business, we can do is this service in Melbourne, this service in Melbourne. We can add those type of the keywords on the page, and it used to boom, it used to rank. But
Right.
nowadays it's more about showing that you are a actual business, so you need to add customer reviews. If you can get them written, that's good, but if you can get them in the video, that's even better. And then you need to show your pictures, like here is our employees going out to this site and fixing their house or doing something around their house.
Yeah.
And I reckon it's gotten more around how you present your business on your website rather than just keywords.
Yep.
So it's just like earlier it just used to be like plug in some keywords and it's all right. But now it's like how you are showing your business on your website. what you are doing, how you are doing it, who are your employees. And it's over the period of the time, it's gotten important to show the pictures of your employees wearing your branded shirts or something like that. And I think it's gotten more around building trust with Google and saying that, okay, we are a legit business. Here is what we offer. Here is what our customers have said about us. And that's why you should rank us.
Yeah.
Earlier, it used to be just like, here are some keywords on the page and now rank us.
Yeah.
But now it's more around business story, telling the story of the whole business, using everything that you can, and then saying to Google that, okay, here is our story. Here is what we do. Please rank us now. So, and moving into 2024, I think it will be more around that. Have you heard of business entities like SEO entities?
No.
No, okay. So entities is like a new idea in SEO. Like most people are just chasing that idea. So entity, you start presenting your business as an entity to Google. Entity in the sense that you are a legit company. Yep. And that's an entity on the online web. And then you sort of build your website, and associated with that, you have an Instagram page. Associated with that, you have a Facebook, you have a YouTube. So your website is an entity, but that entity is also present on Instagram. That entity is also present on TikTok. That entity is also present on all the other social media platforms. And from there on, starting to build your online presence, not only SEO, building your online presence, and then proving to Google that, okay, we are a legit business, and that's why you should be ranking us.
Yeah.
And recently, just speaking with entities, recently there was a helpful content update back in September, just like a couple of months ago. And in that update also, Google hit those kind of the sites who are just doing like keyword stuffing on the pages, just trying to rank by mentioning like Melbourne everywhere and thinking to rank. And Google is like, no, this is not good. You actually need to build pages which are actually helpful for someone who is trying to get the service. So that also goes along entity SEO, like building your online presence overall, and then sort of presenting it to Google and saying that, okay, rank us now. So I think moving into 2024, little tactics that used to work just by adding keywords or building backlinks. Backlinks would be gone, I guess. Earlier, it used to be say that just build backlinks, and just stop keywords. I think these two things will be almost gone in 2024, and there will be a lot new things that SEO specialists need to do for the page to rank on Google. Yeah.
Interesting. And so that gets out of like your gray hat, your gray hat tactics. I don't know if that's really in that category. Would you say they're gray hat tactics, like dodgy backlinks and backlink farm?
Yep.
And instead of focusing on that, it's about having a YouTube channel where you're doing case studies or something.
Yep. Sure.
That's where it's moving to.
Yep.
Which is pure. Has been white hat.
Yep, sure.
It's in the past.
And it's more like showing a face for the business. So if you own a face, you own a face, you all obviously have a face. If you own a business, like on the website, if there is no picture of you, not a single picture of you, how can I as a user trust your business? So if you are a SEO agency,
a literal human face.
Yeah, literal human face, like you're putting your pictures and like on the pages. Oh, okay. Let's say you have a page around SEO services Melbourne. Yep. And you just have text on it. There is no face of you. So as a person who is looking for SEO services in Melbourne, I will be confused. Who will be the person that I am talking to? So if I click contact us and I fill up the form saying this is my website, this is everything, and I want SEO services, and I send. Now on the page, I can look through the text. Yeah, that's all right. But I don't have any idea who I will be talking about, who will be helping me in doing SEO. But if you have put your own face over there, say that Adam James is an SEO specialist. So I will be sure that, okay, if I submit this form, maybe I will get a call back from Adam and I will be working with him. So doing those kind of things to prove to the user that this page is actually helpful and you want to get SEO services, this person will be the one who will be talking to you. But earlier it used to be just like put on the text, a lot of text, stuff with keyword and everything, and you are all done to rank. But now it's more around you are a business, but who is the face of that business?
Yeah.
So it's more around like, you know, like customer service. You go to a restaurant, what kind of the customer services they are offering? And the same will go with the website. Like how much trust, how much customer service is there for the end user. So those
Yeah.
kind of the websites will be rewarded moving forward in 2024. Yeah.
Yeah. Fascinating. That's really interesting. So
Yep.
so it's going to go further. The weight, or there would be a greater emphasis on authentic, being authentic and demonstrating authenticity in your business online.
Yep, sure.
Okay.
And there have been this word that Google is pointing out: people first content, like content that is created for people, and the website that is created for people, not just for search engine. Like you can spin up a website, you can stuff off keyword and everything, but that's not the site that is created for people.
Yeah.
We need to focus on more on people. Like, and you, if you are a business, you can just start with questioning yourself. Like, let's say you got an issue at your house and you need an electrician, and you land on a page where there is no picture of who will be coming to offer you the service. There are no reviews. There is no video showing that they have actually done this service earlier. Will you be trusted enough to click on that contact us button and call them? Maybe not. But if there is another page where they have photos of their team members, they have photos of their vans saying that this is a van that will come to your house to fix your issue, and they have videos and they have everything over there, and maybe they have our story, like how their business started and how they sort of they have been in business for like last 10 years, and they have served customers across your suburb and everything. So those kind of like things will help to build the trust, and Google want to reward those kind of the sites. But still, I will say that Google says a lot of things about this is what they want to do, but sometimes it end up like your website, you have done all this, but still your website is not ranking. And then you come into that gray area saying that SEO is not working or SEO is working. What should I do now? And then is the time for going to a like specific specialist and asking them like, I have done all this, what I could do else, and why my site is not ranking. Because there is also always like little space. You may have done everything correctly, but there
Doesn't
is some
make sense,
space to do it even more correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just had that with a client. They brilliant reviews, 400 plus reviews. I went through them and they're authentic. There's photos of their, their product or service, their authentic accounts. And then there was a business that was a Facebook page, and the Facebook page was outranking their business, which had a. How does that happen? But
sometimes even really weird cases happen. Like you can see purely spammy site ranking over your legit business.
Yes. Yep. It still happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Those kind of issues as well happen. So.
Yep. So and that's why we exist as SEO professional services, that to get into the nuanced details. But I think for anyone listening to this who is in a small business, there's probably some takeaways there to be authentic. Take authentic photos of your service or product and put that on various channels on social media, just to be authentic.
Yep, sure. Just be authentic. And if you are doing all that, before doing all that, just make sure that your website is crawlable and indexable by Google. Yeah. So even if you are putting everything all right, you are doing videos, reviews, and everything, and your website, there is some technical issue with it, and Google cannot see all that, then you will not get rewarded. Yeah. And I see businesses coming to me and they are like, we are doing all this. Yeah. Because what my process is usually like doing a discovery call with them, and sort of going through everything and saying that, okay, these are the keywords that you want to rank for. Okay, this is how your website should be looking. And now, if you want me to do that, I can do that. But if you have someone in your team who can do that, go ahead and do that. But before doing that, always try to make sure that their technical side is all good, all fixed, and there is no issue with Google seeing all that content on your website. That's the first step.
So
Yes.
that looks like setting up Google Search Console, and then that's like the first step, yeah. And then
Yep.
then integrating the site so that Google can see your site, and then getting feedback from Google directly what needs to happen. But you would
Yep.
probably be at the next level where you know what Google wants to see, so you can do it. You can have it ready to go before it connects to Google Search Console.
Yep. Sure. Yep. Yep.
Interesting. That's fantastic.
So an example will be something like if website have like 50 pages and I can see the URL structure is really weird, then I will be like, even if we end up doing everything right on all the pages, the URL structure is already not good enough. So what should our first priority should be to change the URL structure as I would like it, then the setup redirects from all URLs to new URLs,
Yes.
and then start making the changes on the pages. So
Yeah. Yeah. And so that might look like what, using dates instead of, like the word, like a summary of the, because you want this, is it true that you want a summary of the article in the URL, so that you might get some keywords in there rather than numbers?
yep, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not as simple as that, but that would
Because some websites just have URL like gagan.com/1, gagan.com/2, gagan.com/3. That's not how it's gonna be working out, you know.
Yeah, or a random gibberish, which is like
Yep.
a short code sort of thing or something. Yeah, interesting. So what do you see that isn't working in the industry at the moment, that is concerning?
Concerning part, I would say the use of AI content.
Oh,
AI content that's generated with ChatGPT or other AI tools. I've seen like really bad examples of industries trying, especially like SEO agencies trying to pitch it to clients and saying that we can create 200 pages using ChatGPT, and Google gonna report that. That's not how it works.
okay.
It can work in like short term, like if you publish 200 pages today using ChatGPT, they may rank for like 1 week, 2 week, but at the end of the day, Google gonna figure it out and they're gonna like, no, that's not how. And I feel like agencies should not be pitching those kind of the things to their clients, because it's a legit business. If their traffic goes down, their leads will go down, and they may have employees, they may have to do layoffs. So using AI content is one of the riskiest thing that you can do as a business. Like even if I am running a business and I'm aware that using ChatGPT content may end up in a situation where Google just like remove all of the traffic that is coming to my website, and I will be like, oh, I don't want to be ending up in that situation where I'm left with nothing, and then I have to do layoff or wind down my business, you know. So it's like, but it's really sad to see that SEO agencies are pitching AI content to clients, because even if AI content works in short term, they are also aware of the fact that this may end up in like really bad situation for the business. So
Yeah.
and you may also know, like recently Google have rolled up number of updates, number of core updates. They started with August core update, then they did September helpful content update, then they did October core update, then they did a spam update, then they did a reviews update, and then they did a November core update. So almost like 6-7 updates just in like 3 months.
Oh.
And from all the analysis that I've read, it's mostly around AI content. Like people are just using AI content, and Google is like, no, this is not how we want search to look like.
Okay.
So they are just slamming down those sites which are just pushing up like 200, 300 pages using ChatGPT.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's the overuse of that the where the content on those articles are not they're not pertinent, they have no authority, they have no
Yep.
legitimacy, and they're just gibberish to get more words on the website.
Yep.
Effectively, that's the tactic. So throw enough mud, some will stick. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't come across that yet, but I can see how that would be easy and would be a problem. Um, have you come across? And funnily enough, I've come across a few in Melbourne, where cheap agencies selling cheap services, and they're not following. Either they don't know what they're doing, or it's either they're just taking the money and it's a complete scam, or they think they know what they're doing and they don't. Have you come across any of this?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just cut out, just dropped out for a second.
Yep, sure.
There we
So I'm not sure if they know what they are doing, but they are pitching it to clients. So we as professionals in the industry, we should be making sure that clients are aware of this, that if they are taking these kind of services, they may end up in really bad situation. So
Hmm. So
yeah.
what software do you?
Back in the day, people used to pitch bulk backlink building. They used to say that we can build this 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 backlinks for a site, and then all these backlinks are just spammy backlinks. So
Yeah,
if you're a business based in like Melbourne, you have a .com.au domain. What the heck are a backlink from .co.uk, .ru, .in? These kind of the domains, like they have nothing to do, and even this will confuse like Google. Like a business is based in Melbourne, how come some site that is based in UK is linking to that business? How
yeah,
does a UK based person knows a small business based in Melbourne?
yep.
So
And
it's,
especially a
I think,
business that is doing a service-based business to a hyper-local, like 5 kilometer radius, maybe 30 kilometers, and they're coming from Russia, from Vladivostok. Like what? And
yeah.
then people seems to get confused sometimes, going, well, is it a blogging website or is it a local service business? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's
I
terrible.
reckon I reckon same is happening with AI content. So if it's a local service-based business, they are going like, okay, this is a electrician services in Melbourne. So why don't we create how much is the cost of electrician services in Melbourne? How to get electrician services in Melbourne? How to get this? How to get that? How to get that? Like 200 blog posts just using ChatGPT, and even Google will be confused. Like this is a small business, how come they are creating 500 content pages?
Yeah.
Google will also be confused, and then Google will look at their website and see, does they have a content writer as a team member? No, they just have electricians. So how come they are publishing like 500 blog posts? Is their electricians actually going out and doing the jobs, or they are just writing the content only? So
Yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
it's going to be a really weird situation. And I think moving into 2024, a lot of people will again try to abuse these AI tools, but
Mm,
Google will clamp them down. So,
yeah, and then what are the parameters around that? Because you still need to, like one of my clients at the moment, they are a brilliant business, and they were just there were shoddy businesses that were charging extra, and they weren't even doing the work, so they were outsource. They would get the business and then send. So it was really just a lead gen site, um, and they were outranking my client, who had, and my client was they were actually with their own hands doing the work, and they had many great reviews over 5 years. So it's just so sad to see when this is happening, when the authentic small business owner is being shafted by some technical guru who is playing the Google algorithms. So we want to see, even though that's our business, like that's what me and you do, we want to see less of that, and we want to see the authentic businesses, get the business that they deserve. So I like it. I think it's good. I think that direction is what we want ultimately.
Yeah, and I think as Google moves in that direction, more of the people in the industry who are trying to use Shady, their business will wind up then in SEO industry. So I think more people will be left who are more like legit SEO specialists, more of like white hat.
Yes.
It started with black hat, then became gray, and ultimately it will become white, I guess. So
yeah. I really like what you said there about the identity. How did you frame that? Identity, entity.
not identity, entity. ENTITY.
Yep. So building a digital entity with multiple platforms that are all integrated, something like this. So like a
sure.
profile. Yeah.
Yep, sure.
Yeah,
it's mostly around usefulness as well. Like if a website, if a business have Instagram page, it is more useful for me as a user. So if I go to a website homepage and I can see a link to their Instagram, I can click on it. I can go over there, and maybe Instagram is just for like photos and videos. So I can see that they have put the photos of their previous work. So it's useful from user perspective as well. So if I go to a website and I see a link to YouTube, I can go to their YouTube and watch the videos of what they have done earlier. So this is also useful for me as a user. So it's mostly around Google trying to figure out what is useful, because Google is a machine. It's not like they know people, like what people like. So they are just trying to figure out what is useful for people. And then they are trying to build algorithms that can identify that for the websites. So,
yes.
And we as SEO specialists, we are just trying to align those goals. Google thinks this is useful, and we SEO thinks this is useful. So the gap that is there in the website, we are recommending that to the client and sort of trying to level up with what Google is thinking and what should be there on the site. So it's mostly around entities, is mostly around making the site or making your online online presence of your business as useful as possible for the customers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
It just makes sense. Instead of all these gimmicky tricks to try and trick the machine into getting more business, it's being authentic and communicating that authentic, the value proposition of your product or service and how that can benefit the person who's searching for them. Yeah, I love it. That's really cool. So you got pretty famous. I can't remember when you posted this, but you put a tweet up about
the bar thing.
Yes.
So I reckon it's a Google Bar one. That was just around like a couple of months ago. So that was like really interesting one because Google Bard is just like ChatGPT, but it's from Google, obviously. And like whenever you are having a conversation with Bard, you can share it. And same is true with the ChatGPT. So in ChatGPT, you have a conversation, and now I had a conversation about something with ChatGPT, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should share it with my friend Adam. And then I like click on share in the ChatGPT, create a link, and send it to Adam. And same functionality is there in Bard as well. Like I had a conversation, I can click on share, and I can send it to my friend or someone, and they can see the conversation. But what was happening with Bard is Google started to index those conversations. So it was indexing, it was there in the Google, and then it started to show up for keywords, and it was outranking everything. So and then I was like, okay, someone may share their private information with it. So I may have a conversation with Bard saying that I am going to Sydney next week. Tell me information about flights. Tell me information about hotels. Tell me information about what should I visit. And if that conversation is getting indexed into Google, and then it started to show up for some Sydney related queries, people may see that Gagan Ghotra is coming to Sydney next week, and that can cause like a serious privacy threat for me if someone notices that Gagan will be in this hotel on this date, and they may come after me or something, you know.
Yeah.
So I just highlighted that on the Twitter and said, okay, this is like totally wrong. Like why Google is indexing these bad conversations.
Yeah.
People may be sharing something really, really specific about them, and this may end up as a privacy nightmare for them. And
Yeah.
then Google is then this created like a whole, Twitter mob. Like once there is something on the Twitter, people are like, yeah, this is wrong, this is wrong. Then everyone started saying that. And at the end of the day, Google also noticed that, and then they decided that okay, we should not index the bad conversations, and now it's not there. So
So Gagan Ghotra is responsible for Google changing this policy. Yes,
yeah, sure.
maybe.
Yeah. And then once that happens, then all these news sites, even from Australia and outside, they sort of pick that up because they are like Gagan Ghotra pointed this out, and then Google did this. So I got like my name in like many
Yeah.
news publications. So that was great for me.
There was like a dozen articles on
Yeah.
your post, and I mean, but it's like these things are concerning, and we're going to see increasing issues with AI. Like, it's it's probably an innocent mistake from Google. Like, we probably they're not trying to share personal information to the public and index private conversations, but it's not good, and so AI will inadvertently, as AI becomes increasingly automated, it will do things that are unethical or amoral.
Yep.
That could be coincidentally harmful to people, and so we need to hold these accountable. So good on you for doing that. That's great.
Yep, sure. And we also need to hold this accountable as a country. Australia is also working on some AI rules and regulation right now. So I follow that as well. And the federal government will maybe in 2024, they will be passing some laws around like how businesses can use AI. So that will also be important to understand that, okay, this is how it should be. We got laws around consumer rights. We got laws around running ads or email spam. Like recently, Kmart, some people unsubscribed from their Gmail and said that we don't want to be receiving these promotional emails from Kmart. But Kmart keep on sending them those emails, and then ACC picked that up, and they got fined around like 100 million or something. I'm not sure about the number, but it's in millions.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
and that same thing happened with Combank as well.
No.
Just around like a couple of months ago. So we need in Australia, they are trying to frame something similar, but for AI. Like if some business is allowing creating fake images of someone, like they can take image of me, they can remove my beard, put something weird, and then share it on social media, and something that is bad for my reputation. And Australian government does not want that to happen in Australia. So I think that's also a good step towards the same thing that Google decided to do with their bad conversations.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not enough for like we should hold democratically, we should hold the government accountable to hold businesses accountable, but also to just directly, like now that we've got social media can be a form of democracy, as we've seen with Gagan Ghotra posting about Google's bad thing. So yeah, that's how it works, and that keeps everyone accountable and honest, and that's what we need through these crazy times. So yeah. So what frustrations? You probably shared a few already, but what frustrations do you have in SEO at the moment?
In SEO at the moment, right now, I'm not sure like I should say this or not, because many of the businesses, whenever they are starting out, like let's say I got an idea and I'm starting a business, they look to develop their website. and they look for website development agencies around Melbourne or Sydney or somewhere in Australia. And most of these website development agencies, they don't have idea about SEO. So they develop the website,
Yep.
and the website end up being like really good in design, because client is like, okay, design is fine, this is looking pretty good, but from the technical side of the SEO, it's a nightmare.
And then it's actually more work. It can be more work for to do the SEO retrospectively. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I prefer to do it at the same time. So it might take a little bit longer to do the development side of things, but everything's there. Like everything's integrated and set up. And I don't know. Is that what's your preference there? What is ideal for you? And what should, if there's a business owner listening to this, because most, they have no idea. Like the plumber, the the guy who owns a factory, he doesn't know this. So what is ideal? I've lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I lost your video, so and audio as well. So
I'll go back.
So,
I'll ask the question again. So if there's a business owner who's looking to develop his website and marketing, what is the ideal process that he should take?
okay. The ideal situation, they should be looking for a website development agencies that also have SEO on their team, or they say that they are focused on SEO, because most of the agencies, they just have developers, the website development agencies, and they don't have anyone from SEO. But if you can find someone who can promise you that we have developer as well and we have SEO specialists as well, they will make sure that everything is done correctly, not from that like design is right, that looks good to the customer, but underneath it, the technical SEO side of things is also made sure. So that's a plus point.
Yep.
And if you are starting a business, make sure to just hire SEO specialists from the start. It's not like you are running your business for 6 months and then you are like, my website is not showing up on Google, I'm not getting any leads, I'm not getting any customers, what should I do? You should not be in that kind of like panic situation and then go out and hire SEO specialist. Just start from just whenever you got your business going, try to hire SEO specialist as soon as possible and help you out in the process. Yeah, because that's the best possible thing that you can do as a business owner. Because there may be a core algorithm update, and then your site, whatever traffic you're getting 100 people a day, and then you got hit to zero a day, and you are like, what the fuck happened with my website? In just a day, I went from 100 to 0, and now I should go out and hire an SEO specialist. So SEO specialist is just you're a companion. You're a companion for the whole business cycle. So why don't hire from the start?
Yeah, especially if you're reliant on one search term like Melbourne plumber or something.
Yeah, sure.
Or a specific suburb. Yeah, it can be, you're reliant on that one stream. Yeah, so
that keyword can make and break your business. So yeah,
it's too much to rely on one. What would you, I'm not sure if you want me to ask this question. How long does it take to rank number one in Google?
Okay. I know that's like a really, really tough question. Or I would say it depends. It depends, I would say.
Yeah, how long? So from hiring you to the average time where there's a tangible benefit, what sort of, maybe that's a better question to ask.
Yeah. The minimum would be 3-4 months range.
Excellent. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That's gonna be minimum would be 3-4 months range, and then around 6-7 months period time you would see like significant benefit, and around a year you will be like ready on the first page, ranking on top keywords. So yeah.
And first page being like on the
first page in the sense like in like 3 to 4 months you would see yourself on first page, maybe at the bottom, maybe middle, maybe top. But 6 to 7 months you will start ranking like top 5 1, 2, 3, 4, but around a year you should be either 1 or 2. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you've now put this publicly, Gagan. You have to say 1 year you've got for every client to get them number one.
Yeah, number one is harder. That's why I said 1 or 2, because this is how usually SEO. You may also know, like SEO is not like a flip of a finger. It takes a lot of time to get things all right, and then take a lot of time for Google to process it, and then you start to see the results.
Yeah, and it's so like it might be to get best lawyer. So to get best lawyer Melbourne, that's like years work to secure that, and it would depend on your client being a very good lawyer and having a very good reputation, and then potentially with the SEO you could secure that keyword eventually. But it would, apart from that, it would be something much more specific. Either a sub-region like North Melbourne or something, or or Tullamarine, or a suburb and that would be less time because it's less specific, or more specific.
Yeah, and also like as you mentioned, the best lawyer Melbourne, that is like really difficult keyword because I already know that. And a 1 year time frame, in that 1 year time frame, I would need to do a lot more work compared to some easier keyword.
Yeah.
So then there comes the thing around pricing, how you price your services and everything. So for the same 1 year, I would need to charge more for a lawyer client compared to some other client that is just targeting 1 suburb or 2 suburbs.
Yeah,
So,
like a plumber in Geelong versus the best lawyer or a financial planner or something where it's a high ticket item where they're paying other SEO experts to compete against. So
sure. Yeah,
interesting.
And also the strategy will be totally different as well. So I need to spend more time on building up more, going through everything, because lawyer keywords are more competitive. So I just need to look through everything around their competitors, what they are doing, need to nail down the backlink analysis, need to see each thing, go one by one. And it's going to be more resources for me, more time that it's going to take. And once I get the strategy right, then you will see the improvement. But for that improvement, you will need to pay higher price, because if you're ranking number 1 in Melbourne for lawyer keywords, how much business you will get? You will get a ton of business,
Yeah.
It's like, yes. And I should be getting some fraction of that ton,
Yeah. And because of the time, it's just an enormous amount of time. And then there's the expertise. It takes years of studying SEO and then the underpinning computer science to then that combination with the time spent for that specific client, it yields those results. And that's where the value is, because you just can't replicate that.
Yep, sure. And also with businesses like law firms or accounting firms, it's easier for them to understand the value of SEO because they are professionals in the industry. So if I'm going to them or they're reaching out to me, it's far more easier for me to help them understand the value of SEO, how the plan will look like, what's the result going to be, as compared to some physical business like plumbing services. If you're running that kind of a business, it's hard for me or hard for that kind of the business owner to understand the timeline, because I have seen like most of the businesses around we're doing work manually involved. I think those kind of the business owners are more around like, I want result now. But if you're working with professionals, accounting, lawyers, or some other type of the services that goes along these lines, it's easier for them to understand these digital world and sort of see that, okay, it's not, SEO is not like you will get results tomorrow. It's more around just like a year-long process. Yeah.
What can I ask? What software you're using?
Right now, my favorite one is SEMrush, of course.
Yes.
Yep, SEMrush for the win.
Oh, it's so
You're
good.
also on SEMrush or Ahrefs?
Oh yeah. Ahrefs. I like it. I just prefer SEMrush, but yeah. What was the other one you said?
Ahrefs, but
Oh,
I don't use it that much.
yeah. Any others?
Any others? My process just involve Screaming Frog. Have you heard of?
Yeah. Yep. For
Yeah,
keywords.
start. Yep. Screaming Frog, SEMrush, Google Search Console, obviously, Google Analytics 4,
Yep.
and Keyword Insights. People also asked, and a couple of other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the main four one is Screaming Frog, SEMrush, Search Console, and GA4. So these are the more main like four pillars of my strategy.
Yeah. Like 99% of your time is with that.
Yep.
Yep. Brilliant. And so, what does the future look like for you in this space?
For me right now, I just joined a new role. So right now it's going to be more around continuing in the SEO space. Yeah. And
Yeah.
moving forward, I want to like right now, most of my work is just around like small to mid-sized businesses. But moving forward in 2024 and 2025, my plan is to enter into more like enterprise scale SEO, doing more SEO for like 1 million pages, 2 million. You got a site with 1 million pages. Let me do SEO for you. 1 million, 2 millions in that kind of the range. So more going around enterprise SEO and then international SEO because I've got like many inquiries around expansion out of Australia. So they started in Australia, but now they want to expand in UK, US, or they want to expand to Japan. So helping them set up those sites and then ensuring that their overall structure of the website and everything is all right for Google to crawl, and they can rank in Japan, and they can rank in UK, and they can rank in US as well. So
Brilliant. Oh, that's exciting. What that'd be a great
yeah,
project. I've got a couple of international clients, but not they're based in they're not multinational. They're just from another country, and I'm doing the work in their country from here, sort of thing. So
yeah, sure.
that would be a massive project. Like it would be an exciting.
Yeah, that's gonna be These kind of especially if they are starting out. If they come to you and say that we are expanding, so they don't have anything in other countries, and
Yes.
then you are like, you need to buy a domain, you need to get the website going, you need to get everything going, and you need to set up Search Console, GA4, and everything. So it's a really, really big project for doing expansions. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
then managing them is also like a lot of work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would.
Especially around doing reporting and stuff. They will be like, okay, now we are in 5 countries. Can you give us a report around like how many clicks we are getting from each country and each city and how much revenue that is driving? So
Yeah.
it's going to be around like just instead of preparing one report, it will be like preparing 7, 8 reports.
Yeah.
So
And then quarterly, monthly, quarterly.
yeah.
It's in
How
progress.
you are looking towards 24? Like, what's your strategy moving into 2024? We are almost at the end of the year. So what you are looking forward to in SEO? Yeah.
Me personally?
Yeah, you
Oh,
personally, or you as a business owner.
yeah. So I'm looking for. I've got a handful of clients at the moment, and I've scored some great goals. I'm speaking with a real estate agent at the moment, so taking on a real estate agent. I'm a little bit scared about this, but it's a great business, a lot of great content, terrible website, terrible SEO. So it's going to be a lot of work repairing the damage, but they've got a great foundation to work with. So I don't know whether that's normal or whether you've experienced that, but I seem to get a lot of people who have gone to a few people in the past, and then it's a mess, and now I have to fix it.
Yep. I do get those kind of clients because usually they sign on some contract, and 3 months down the road they don't see any progress, and then they are like, no, we are canceling this and we are moving forward to someone else.
Mm, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so I really like that. I love doing a bit of everything. So I'm pretty good at web design. So I've developed that over the years. But yeah, I'm looking forward to building my agency and helping more clients with and bringing on more specialists to specialize in, So I also do Google ads, some Facebook ads. So I'm doing a bit of everything, which I really enjoy. I know you're an SEO purist. I'm I'm playing all over the cricket field, like, which I love. I enjoy that. For me, it's really like about the connection with the business, and then seeing those numbers increase for the business. I really enjoy that. So yeah, that's my goal for next year, is to bring on some more clients in that space. And doing the website, the whole thing, branding. I love the logo. Like, it kills me when I see like a really great business with a terrible logo and terrible colors, and so I love that as well.
Sure.
So that's
you want to be starting out your own agency, hiring people?
Yeah, so I've been doing that for a couple of years, but I did have like a couple of large corporate clients. Like 95% of my work was with one or two clients for several years. So now I'm doing small business, and which is, I really enjoy working directly with the person who is doing the job. That's great. So that's what it looks like for me. So if anyone watching this wants to contact you and ask you more, are you is it through your website, social, LinkedIn, or how should people?
It's mostly through my LinkedIn. So just reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's Gagan Ghotra. So
excellent. I'll put that up in the comments below, and
sure.
If anyone is after a technical SEO specialist, Gagan is your man. So the man who holds Google accountable when they make mistakes.
Sure.
Yeah, this is your reputation now. This is that's great, man. It's really cool. It was good chatting, Gagan. Really cool to hear what you're doing there, and look forward to talking more in the future.
Sure.
Cheers, brother.
Thanks for listening to the Business Advice Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.